Welcome to the third episode. In this episode, I would like to talk about how the ordinary is sacred and how connection changes everything. In this episode, I would like to share how I found that the extraordinary lays in the ordinary, how it became, we could say, my philosophy, and what it actually means in real life, in the daily life, because this is what this episode is about. The daily life and the power of daily life, basically. So before, I used to live in the mode where I was basically constantly escaping my daily life because it seemed too ordinary. It seemed like this is not enough. It seemed like I want more, I need more. So I was kind of on the quest out there, chasing more, looking for the extraordinary, looking for the fulfillment out there, constantly chasing something. And there was zero satisfaction with the ordinary life. There was also zero presence in the daily life. So looking back, I could even say that it was kind of like literally avoidance of that life and avoidance of importance of daily life. And it took many, many, many years. I'm not talking about a phase of my life that would take a couple of months or a year or two. I'm talking about state. I was living it for many years. I could say decades. To find out that the extraordinary lies in the ordinary. And I'm gonna talk in this episode why. Because the ordinary is what gives us the key. The ordinary day. Because at the end, what is the life about? The life is about it, how we live our day, if we feel happy, how we feel, what are our emotions, what we can say at the end of the day, looking back at our day, how we feel well with what we have, where we live, with who we are surrounded, and so on. So it is actually about what we are having right now, because the life is going on right now. So we might want to desire something and go after something, but if we will do it from the state that we are escaping this now in order to achieve that, because we think that once we achieve that, everything will change and we will feel differently, it's not gonna work. That's why you might feel that, or you might have heard or seen many people saying even if they were successful or achieved their goals, they didn't feel fulfilled. And this is exactly why. That's the disconnection from the place of today, because it happens now, and this is what the connected state is about. And if I would tell you a very simple examples from daily life, you would be surprised, but let's go. Because it's about how you drink your cup of coffee. Like really being there with your drink and enjoying every sip. How you are actually being present when being by one table, eating with your family and friends, with the people simply that you want to be. And you are having fun, you are chatting there, you are tasting the great food. It's about being there in the connection with the people. It is about tasting the food, enjoying the taste of that food, like being really present in all of those moments. It is about going for a walk and looking at the things around you, looking at the trees, looking at the sky, looking at the clouds, and so on. It is about being in the connection with the people, with your kids, with the loved ones, and so on. Because those are the moments that create the moments of very positive emotional states. At that moment, that is the moment where you feel joy or other elevated emotions. And that is when those emotions compound, or when those moments compound, that is when you can say looking back, I lived my day. My day was fulfilled. I felt good, because you are in those elevated emotional states. And the more you are aware of those states, this is how it comes, because more you are aware of those states or creating those states intentionally. So you intentionally decide how you drink your coffee. You intentionally decide what you do as the first thing in the morning. You intentionally decide how you eat your food. So it's not that I'm running, I'm stressing, I'm working on my computer, and by the way, I'm gonna eat here something. No, I'm here with my food. No computer, no phone, just the food. Being there with the food, with the taste, with myself, giving myself those few minutes. And this is what creates the moment. The more intentionally we create those little bits of moments, we create those elevated states, the more aware we are of it, and the more we can create them, and the more they start to create themselves automatically in our daily life. That's why then we feel better. We feel that our day is fulfilled, full, and then we actually enjoyed the day. Again, as I said in the previous episodes, this is not about avoiding or deleting the bad emotions or situations, or to say so, negative emotions, because it's impossible. They will be here. That's what makes us a human being. But it is about intentionally creating those moments so that they can start happening automatically. And then what happens is that those moments compound into your state. So in general, you are feeling in a more elevated state. And when you are walking towards your vision and towards your goals, you are attracting what you are broadcasting. So you can really create those things out of those elevated states and emotions. You cannot create it out of fear, anger, and so on, anxiety. You have to get yourself into those higher elevated states so that you get more coherent, so you can get into this creative state. Creative state, whether you are creating something for work, whether you are creating a project, or you are creating your life, you're in the creating flow, you're in the creative process, you're in the creating energy. And this is impossible out of the lower emotional and energetical states. So you basically can start teaching yourself, your subconscious, your nervous system, your brain, to do those things intentionally, bit by bit, few minutes a day, and start to roll the ball. It will compound over time with consistency. It will compound, and you can get yourself to a very different state. And at the end, you will enjoy your day. You will see that your day, your ordinary day, is actually extraordinary. And it is not about giving up on your dreams, or it is not about, okay, I don't want that more anymore. You have your dreams, you have your visions, and have them, live them, walk towards them, yes. But you can only achieve them out of those elevated states. So you cannot be escaping your day and your current reality in order to achieve them. You have to start creating those elevated states today, now, in your daily life. Not only you will achieve what you want, but you get to enjoy the day. This is what is connected. This is what means being connected. That's why I say the extraordinary is in the ordinary. It's hidden in the very simple, ordinary things in the daily lives. Because it's not only what matters at the end of the day, but it is also the way how to create what you want, what you desire, where your visions live. So extraordinary in the ordinary. This is the philosophy that I created for myself, and this is something that I live myself. It just happened to be based on what I was doing, and I'm very grateful for that. So if you want to join, embark on the journey simply, you can start doing it. And in the next episodes of this podcast, I will be sharing more and more and more, so you can get more inspired and encouraged and supported on your journey too.